Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video we are looking into what does it mean to apply your skincare products to damp skin. Now I can see that there is a big confusion going on when I'm reading through my comments, because every time when someone mentions that they're applying the skincare products to damp skin, but they come across some skincare issues like skincare pilling, an uncomfortable feeling, creating loads of a mess, and even that they experience a dry or tight feeling afterwards, I always ask the question, how are you using the products? Like after your cleansing step, tell me step by step, what are you doing? And this is where I can see that most people are like making the mistake that they're applying the skincare products to wet skin because they think that damp skin refers to wet skin. And if you're going to leave the water drops on the skin surface after your cleansing step and you're going to apply your skincare products on top, this is basically what creates the problem. If you would remove the remaining water drops from the skin surface, then you can solve this problem and it's going to layer and feel much more comfortable. And so therefore I want to include an entire application like a direction guide so that you can see it step by step, so that you clearly understand the difference between damp skin, wet skin, and even dry skin, because I have some examples right here to share with you. I have some hyaluronic acid serums right here where it always mentions that you should apply to damp skin, when in fact it does not matter, but that's a different topic. I have such a video on my channel which I can leave in the top right corner. Then when using an oil or moisturizer, then what to do if you're working with exfoliating acids, like I have right here glycolic acid or lactic acid or retinol, retinoids. I've picked those products on purpose so I can come up with some examples so that you can clearly understand this. And so usually when getting started with your skincare routine, doesn't matter if this is your morning and or evening skincare routine, you're usually starting off with washing your face. This can be with just purely water, that's completely fine. The end goal based on the skin dampness is going to be the same. Or you're going to include a cleanser so that you can properly remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat, maybe even makeup and sunscreen from the skin. And so you can go ahead and wash your face above the sink or either while showering anyway, which is something that I always recommend. It's much more convenient and it just works so well. But nonetheless, the outcome would be the same. And so therefore, I'm now going to do the demonstration above the sink, and I'm going to use a cleanser as well so that I can like create a realistic skincare routine as much as I can. And so we are starting off with washing the skin. So first of all, you want to make sure that you're picking the right cleanser and that you have read the directions on the back of the packaging. Most often it will tell you apply your cleanser to wet skin, then massage it all over and then rinse it off with water. When working with water, use lukewarm water so it feels a bit more comfortable on the skin, but avoid extremely cold or even hot water. And so this is now what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast forward this so that we then can get to the important point after the cleansing step. So let's go ahead and do this. So once you have massaged your cleanser all over your face and neck, you now are going ahead and rinse it off with, again, lukewarm water. Now when doing this above the sink, as always, I recommend using a soft washcloth, those microfiber cloths, makeup cloths, which you're going to wet in between, and then this can help you to gently remove any excess of your cleanser, sunscreen and or makeup to properly get everything off the skin. So now while I was washing my face with my cleanser, again the same applies to when just washing your face with purely water, my skin was able to absorb some water, and now all what's left on the skin surface is basically the excess water that the skin cannot absorb. And so you should avoid applying skincare products to wet skin, because this is now creating the issues later on when layering your skincare products on top. So go ahead, grab a clean towel and gently pat all over your face and neck to properly remove the remaining water drops from the skin surface. So, and once you have properly removed them from the skin surface, this is now what refers to damp skin, because again, the skin has already absorbed some water, but from the outside it doesn't look much different than dry skin. There's no water on the skin surface. This is damp skin. Doesn't matter if you're washing your face above the sink or when coming out of the shower, it's going to be the same steps. Take your towel, gently pat all over your face, neck, and even your body. Your skin will remain damp for a few minutes. And so this is now where you have a time gap to immediately move on to your skincare products if you want to apply them to damp skin. So this can now be your hyaluronic acid, this can be your oil, or even your moisturizer, so that you then can lock in moisture. So basically that you can trap the water that the skin has absorbed while you were washing your face. And so as an example, I'm going to use a moisturizer, so use about a bean size amount, more or less, depending on the moisturizer that you use, so that you can apply an even and thin layer all over, so that you have an example in mind what to do when applying your skincare products to now damp skin. So now I just have applied my moisturizer to damp skin. This was actually the initial idea behind it, that after you have washed your face, you remove the remaining water drops from the skin surface and then immediately seal it with your moisturizer so that it can hold on to water. Specifically if your skin wasn't able to do this on its own. So if you had dry skin, this was then the method that you would follow. And when it comes to now applying skincare products to dry skin, this does have its benefits as well. So after you have washed your face, you have removed the remaining water drops from the skin surface, you can wait between 5 to 10 minutes until the dampness starts to go away, like in a very slowly pace. And so the drier the skin gets, specifically if you have sensitive skin and you're working with exfoliating acids or retinol or retinoid, this has its benefits that it's going to reduce signs of sensitivity. Because when applying your skincare products to damp skin, it helps the product to absorb better into the skin, which can be good. However, depending on how sensitive your skin may be, depending on the skincare products that you're using, if you're working with exfoliating acids or your retinol or retinoid, this can increase the likelihood of experiencing signs of sensitivity like stinging or burning on the skin. And so if after your cleansing step you're going to wait those 5 to 10 minutes for your skin to dry and then applying such treatments afterwards, this again helps the product to absorb much slower into the skin. Therefore you can reduce signs of sensitivity. So in this entire video, all what I want to teach you is the difference between wet skin, damp skin and dry skin. So avoid wet skin completely. You can apply your products to damp skin as it has its benefits to that the products can absorb much better into the skin. But it also has its benefits when applying the products to dry skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. So you need to understand the difference, and based on that you can achieve a more a comfortable experience when doing your morning as well as evening skincare routine. And so this is the entire confusion behind it, and to me some of the people that are talking about it, or when reading this on the back of the packaging, it isn't really clear to anyone what it exactly means and the entire benefits behind it. So therefore it's kind of like a controversial and extremely speculative topic, but I still want to emphasize it and demonstrate it to you that you can clearly see the difference. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And if you now want to learn more about skincare, or you want to see the different applications, I have many videos on my channel and I'm going to leave some of them at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.